IVM.
Welcome to Absolutely Right. I am your host Aditi Surana. I am a graphologist and a high performance coach. My professional journey began with some simple questions. What makes some people be at their peak performance no matter what? How do they deal with their failures? And more importantly, how do they still walk the path in spite of their failures? Do you know what brings out the best in you? How do you deal with your failures? The reason why most people fail is not the actual act of failing, but they are afraid of failure. The fear is so paralyzing that they do not even try. Today, let's talk about what is fear of failure, which handwriting stroke can reveal this fear, and what can you do to deal with it. If you're new here, let me fill you in. Absolutely Right Friday episodes are designed to create an actionable change. With every episode, we create a worksheet, or as we call it, Friday Fun Sheet, for you to commit to growth and take actions. This is a PDF document that you can download from my website, aditisurana.com/podcast. What is fear of failure? Failure is bad enough. Fear of failure makes it even worse. Most of the time it begins with, hi, log kya kahenge? Which means, what will people say? The one question that has single-handedly destroyed so many people and their dreams. This downward spiral begins with what will people say about me if I fail, and ends in, am I even good enough to try this anyways? We all have gone through this process. We all try to steer away from it, but like some irritating bug, it keeps coming back again and again. To be fair, all of us have these self-conscious thoughts every now and then. But if a fear of failure stroke is seen in your writing, then it means you are unknowingly repeating the pattern. A pattern that is not helpful. A pattern of fear. Every single time you think of trying something exciting and new that involves taking risk, walking out of your comfort zone, or exposing yourself to failure, your mind and your body is filled with this paralyzing feeling of embarrassment, shame, ridicule, and failure. And then in no time, you spend all your time battling the fear instead of focusing on the new and exciting decision. Take a moment to pull out your notebook, diary, or any notepad where you have already written something. Or if that is not handy, then write 3 to 4 lines that begin with I am ... Once you're done, check out the letter formation M. Lowercase m. Letter M has 2 humps. If the second hump is taller than the first one, then you do suffer from fear of failure. I've shown this stroke in the fun sheet. Go ahead and download it from aditisurana.com/podcast. Wait. We must use graphology as an exploratory tool and not a conclusive one. Which means if you already have the stroke of fear of failure in your writing, then ask more questions. Observe your behavior carefully. Just notice, what exactly do you say to justify your fears? Hear your thoughts when you are feeding this fear. Procrastination, perfectionism, and overthinking are best friends to this fear. I have already created dedicated podcast episodes on some of these topics. Now let's look at the 5 ways in which we can deal with this fear of failure. Point number 1. People don't think about you that much. Because they're very busy thinking about their lives, their priorities, and what others are thinking of them. But the words of Miss Malini, the founder of MissMalini.com, in the Absolutely Right episode when I asked her hacks of dealing with failures. कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना. In this lockdown, when we were forced to be by ourselves, we all realized how much time we have wasted in thinking about this collective idea of so-called people. Point number 2. It is not always nice, but it's required. I remember how scared I was to tell my father about my love at first sight with graphology and my decision to spend my entire life with it. I knew he wouldn't approve. I was just 18 and a half and was caught red-handed with my graphology books. I had hidden them from my father as I knew, like most people, he considered graphology a baseless, frivolous thing. I still remember that day clearly. I argued with my father for the first time in my life because I really, really believed in this. He gave me two options, either to give up graphology forever or leave his house. That day, I learned something very powerful about dreams. The very moment you say your big, unconventional, and unbelievable dreams out loud, you also become aware of all the ways in which you may fail. I wasn't prepared to make money and support my education. What if I fail? The thought haunted me. I knew if I left the house, the ride won't be easy. But I also knew it was required. Thankfully, that day I took the toughest decision of my life to leave my house. And that changed my life forever. 3. Be fearful and do it anyways. I learned this from a motivational speaker, Tony Robbins. A lesson that came handy in many decisions of my life. He said, I can be fearful and I can do it anyways. Do not focus only on getting rid of the fear. Learn to dance with it. If you have an easy path, take it and move on. But if you have a tough path, take it and move on anyways. You do not have to feel good about it. Do it anyways. Every time I hear criticism on my work or validity of graphology, I remember my dad's words. It creates a similar kind of fear. I acknowledge this fear and I do that fearful thing anyways. Point number 4. Failure is just another word for education. I know, easier said than done. Brené Brown puts it interestingly. In her book, Daring Greatly, she says, failure is an imperfect word. Because if you take time and have patience to learn from your failures, then you aren't actually failing. They're not failures any longer. They are just lessons. Every failure is a lesson in what you shouldn't have done in order to get the result that you had in mind. It means you need to rethink two things. 1. Do you need to change the goalpost? At times you're not ready to achieve certain kind of goals. And second, do you need to change the method and adapt to something that can really make your journey easier? That's all. You may fail at something, but that doesn't mean you are a failure. Point number 5. Fail forward. In episode 35, Akanksha Gupta shared her success mantra. Failing forward, she said. At times on newer journeys, you're ought to fall or fail. Like learning to cycle for the first time. Have you ever met someone who has never fallen down while learning to ride a bicycle? No, right? We all have fallen and learned to get up and get back. Sometimes you need to go through that grind of failure before you actually get it right. So, segregate emotions from the practical challenge. Make sure that you're ready to fall forward. Take smaller risks, which are manageable, that you can really deal with. But practice failing forward. Practice, practice, practice. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Absolutely Right. I'm really keen to know what were your key takeaways. What small action will you be taking today to improve something in your life? Please share your experience on my Instagram handle @Aditi Surana. Do tell me what can I do to make your journey of self-growth easier in any manner. This is the singular purpose of doing this podcast. This weekend is special for me. After much persuasion, I'm finally teaching my very first graphology online course starting this Saturday on 11th of July. You can participate by applying for it on my website, aditisurana.com. If you like this podcast, then don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on IVM Network. You can also follow us on our social media. We are @IVM Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. Let's connect on Wednesday. Till then, happy writing!
I hope you enjoyed that show. I'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Paytm Money and Intel. So, been a really exciting week on the network this week. We've had some really cool stuff. My old friend Vivek Lad was on Storytellers and Storysellers. Definitely do check that out. On Cyrus Said, we had Ashwin Sanghi on Thursday's episode, and Cyrus and myself did a cock and bull, just the two of us. That was fun as well on Monday. Do check that out. Masaba was on Advertising is Dead, which was another really strong episode from Varun. And on the sports front, both Edges and Sledges, Football Shitball had some really fun episodes. That's the Football Twaddle. Do check those out as well. And if you haven't been paying attention and you haven't been listening to Smile India in these times, I don't know why you aren't. It's the most uplifting show that you could listen to. It's a short, bite-sized piece of really positive things that happen in India. Do definitely check that out. And with that, we hope to see you again next week.
Namaskar, this is Ashish Vidyarthi. Yes, my friend, these are challenging times, but in these challenging times, we can create something extraordinary. Do take time to listen to my podcast, Begin the Journey, available on the IVM Podcasts, website, app, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Remember, we have a great opportunity called life. Cheers.